Bitcoin has again failed to break and hold above this level of resistance right here. And the last time we saw such price action, what came next was a massive crash from the BTC price chart. Now, in order for we to avoid this kind of price action from happening, is to get a break from this level, like what I've been saying, hold it as a major key level of support. Then from here, we can begin to see much more higher prices, and we will also invalidate this price action right here. But if we fail to break above this level, we are definitely going to either we stay just within this range, shopping around and just moving sideways, or we are definitely going to come down to this level, take out the liquidity that is here, and if we are unable to hold above the level, we're definitely going to see the same price action from the BTC price chart. So this is what I'm currently seeing right now on the short-term price of BTC. If this is your first time of watching my content, my name is Trend. I make daily video talking about technical analysis and on-chain activities that happens within the crypto market. And if you're enjoying watching my content, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel right here, turn on the notification bell so that when I make videos like this, you will definitely be notified. With that being said, let's get back into today's video. In the past 24 hours, there's been a lot happening in the economy because a few hours ago, we saw the US instructing Israel not to strike on the Iran energy infrastructure, and this made Bitcoin to rally to the upside, about 4% to the upside, thinking the war in the Middle East is almost over. And what came next was Iran laying seamine in order to choke the 20% oil world supply, and this alone made BTC to get this pullback right here on the daily time frame. So this is what we're currently seeing right now. You can see the sentiment in the Middle East is really controlling and influencing the Bitcoin price. And immediately this news came out, this exact news right here, thinking the war is almost over. What we saw next also was oil crashing from this level right here to this level here. And this is a great news and also a great opportunity for the entire crypto market and mostly for Bitcoin, because if we get high price from oil, the economy is going to be so expensive, and from there we are going to see high inflation rate on the economy, and this is not really good for the entire crypto market and also for Bitcoin as well. So this is what I'm currently seeing here on the oil chart right here. Now, what I want to see from the oil right here is to see a massive crash from this level right here, or we can just begin to shop around just to remain within this range in order to give BTC and the entire crypto market a momentum to grow higher in prices. And what I don't want to see from the oil price right now is a spike from this level to as high as this level where it fell from. If we get this kind of spike on the oil, we're definitely going to see the crypto market or BTC going to much more lower prices. So what I want to see oil do here is either to crash to much more lower prices, or just stay bound within this range right here, and it will all look good for the entire crypto market and also for Bitcoin. Now, if we take a look at the Bitcoin ETF right here, in the past 24 hours, a lot has really changed on the Bitcoin ETF. We saw a major massive inflow of liquidity that came into the Bitcoin ETF. We have a total of $246 million that was deposited into the Bitcoin ETF, and this alone is a good news, telling us that investors and institutions are already finding their interest into Bitcoin and also into the entire crypto market. And as long as we see inflow from the ETF, I think BTC on the short term right here is going to have a positive price action, and we might as well see BTC break above this level of resistance right here, then hold it at a key level of support. Then from there, we can begin to text much more higher prices. Like what I've been saying, what I don't want to see from the ETF is outflow, because last time we saw such major outflow, what happened next on the BTC price is a major dump from this level right here. So we should keep getting inflow into the ETF, and BTC is definitely going to do well on the short term. Taking a look at BTC here on the weekly time frame with the 200 weekly moving average, you can see the 200 weekly moving average has always been a bottom signal and also a major key level of support for BTC in all the bear market. And also, if you're taking into a strategy by which you always buy Bitcoin whenever it goes below the 200 weekly moving average, you would have always bought the bottom, because right here back in 2022, after they broke below the 200 moving average, we saw a capitulation right here, and this also signal the bottom of the 2022 bear market. And also right here, if you also bought at this level when it broke below it, definitely you would have also bought the exact bottom. And also if you buy here at the same level right here, this would have also been a major bottom for you in 2028 bear market. So on and so forth. The 200 moving average has always been a better prediction of the BTC bear market bottom. So right now, right here, as you can see, the moving average is currently sitting at 58k level, and if we should get a crash to this level right now, to hold above the 200 moving average or get a little break below it, this should be a major signal to the end of the 2022 bear market. So this is what I'm currently looking at right here, the 200 moving average. I'm not saying we're going to get to this button immediately, but what I'm saying, if you take a look at the 200 weekly moving average, it has acted as a major bottom signal for the entire bear market of Bitcoin. And also, if Bitcoin should just stay within this range right here, just be shopping around with this range right here without moving much, we are also going to see the 200 moving average going higher to much more higher prices, and from there we can easily see the bottom of this bear market. Here on the daily time frame, as you can see, we are still seeing a little bit of weakness from the stablecoin dominance right here, and this is quite good for the entire crypto market. This means a lot of investors and institutions are now putting their money back into risk asset like Bitcoin and any other risk asset. Now, what I want to see right here, like what I've been saying the past few days, is another major crash from the stablecoin dominance. And if we can get this exact major crash right here, then we are definitely going to see higher prices from BTC and the entire crypto market. Because if we take a look at the past price action, back in 2022, we saw a major rejection from this level right here, and this right here printed the exact bottom of the bear market of BTC and the entire crypto market. And what we saw next was a major rally from BTC. So that is what I'm expecting right now from this stablecoin dominance. We should just get a major crash from the stablecoin dominance, just like what we did back in 2022, and this will exactly give signal of the bottom of the bear market. If we take a look at the current liquidity on BTC price chart here on the liquidation heat map, you can see 2 weeks of price action. We are having a lot of liquidation price building below the current price of BTC, sitting at the 64k level, and also we are now getting a little bit of liquidation price building above the current price of BTC right here, sitting at the 74k level. If BTC is unable to break above this level right here, because you can see this price chart holds everything that BTC is currently looking for. If we are unable to break above here right now, then we are definitely going to take out this liquidity that's currently sitting at the 64k level. And also, as for this liquidity that is currently now building above the current price of BTC, you can also see it here on the price chart, which is at this level right here, this level of which we recently rejected from. What we need to see now is a major short squeeze that can take out the liquidity, then hold it at a major key level of support. Then from there we can see much more higher prices. But without us seeing this, we are looking very, very weak and very, very bearish for the short term on the BTC price chart. Now, with that being said, on the liquidation heat map right here, taking a look at ETH here on the daily time frame, we are still just within this rising wedge right here, and 99% of this price action always result to a massive crash. Because if you take a look at it here, when we printed source price action, what happened next was a massive crash down to this level right here. And also, if we take a look at other major price action here, you can also see when we saw it back at this level, what we saw was a major crash right here. So what I want to see now, in order to invalidate this price structure, like what I've been saying, it's a major break above this level right here. Then we can hold it as a major key level of support. Then from there we can invalidate this price structure right here, just like what we saw back at this level when we had the same rising wedge. You can see we shopped around in a little while here, then we got a break below it. Then from what we saw next was a massive move to the upside, and we immediately invalidated this sideways price action here. And also even here, back in 2024, we saw the same price movement. We broke above the range, and what we saw next was a massive uptrend from ETH. So that is what I'm currently expecting from here. What we need now is a break above the level. Then from there we can see a massive movement to the upside. But without us breaking above this level right now, we are definitely going to test this low level of liquidity sitting at the $1,900 level, and if we are unable to hold it, then we are definitely going to test this major key level of resistance right here sitting at the $1,550. This is the level I have been talking about in the past few days. If you watch my past videos, you will definitely see what I am talking about. Now, taking a look at Solana price chart here, since no much has really changed in the past 24 hours. Here on Solana price chart here, taking a look at the 4 hours of price action, you can see we are still just within this range. No much has really changed. And like what I said on my previous video, what I really want to see from the Solana price chart is to get a massive break from this trend line right here, because this trend line is acting as a major level of resistance. Because if you take a look at it, we have seen a lot of rejection just from this trend line alone. So if we can break above this trend line right now, we are definitely going to see Solana going to much more higher prices. So this is what I'm currently looking at on the Solana price chart. A break to this level, then we hold it as a major key level of support. From there, we can flip bullish for the long term. But as long as we remain within this level, it's either we just shop around like what we have been seeing in the past few weeks, or we can get a crash down to this level, then grab the liquidity that is at this level. Then from there, we can move to much more higher prices. So this is what I'm currently seeing, and this is what I'm expecting in the next few weeks. Now, taking a look at XRP right here, since no much has really changed on the Solana price chart, XRP right here is still looking very, very weak to me. There's no much changes since our previous video. We are still just within this range here, and we are looking very, very bearish on the short term here. Although we are still holding above this level of support right here, but right now the support is looking a little bit weak. We are likely to break below it, but if we can hold above it, like what I've been saying, what I need to see XRP do is to break above this level of resistance right here, hold above it as a key level of support. From there, we can begin to see much more higher prices. But if we continue to stay within this range right here, there's a 90% chance we are definitely going to break below this level, and from there we might see much more lower prices on the XRP price chart. So no much has really changed here, but I'm just giving you the update to tell you currently what is going on. With that being said, shifting our focus to the ADA price chart. ADA on the other hand, nothing has really changed much since our previous videos. We are still within this range right here, and this is looking boring and bearish for the price chart, because as long as we are leveling against this level of support here, there's a 90% chance that we are definitely going to break this support right here. And if we fail to get back into it, then we are definitely going to see much more lower prices. So what I want to see from here right now, in order to avoid this major crash, is a major uptrend from this level to break above this range resistance right here. Then from there, we can also test this major level here sitting at the 51 cent to 55 cent. So this is what I'm currently seeing here on the EDA price chart. Though if you look at the overall price structure, we are in this massive descending channel, and what we want to see is a break above this descending channel right here, so that we can flip into a bullish sentiment. But though if you take a look at the EDA ecosystem, a lot has been going on around it. Stablecoin has been issued on the ecosystem, and this alone will fund EDA in a long run. And also talk of ETF is still ongoing. So I'm highly bullish right here as long as we hold above this level right here. If we hold, as long as we hold above this level right here, I'm highly bullish on the EDA price chart. So with that being said, this has brought us to the end of today's video. If you have any question or you have any opinion to add to the video, you can drop into the comment section. I will definitely look at it and give you a reply. And if you find this video very useful, make sure you hit up the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell.